movements nowadays, how to know which one is Salafi. Actually, there are things that are called deviant groups, and then there are groups which are normal, but people try to turn it into something deviant. The deviance comes in when they try to tie whatever they're saying to Islam and claim that it's the only Islam. There's where the deviance comes. Islam is wide and it allows a lot. It's not tolerance, not like we said before, but it's out of Allah's compassion and His mercy that a lot of things didn't really come up at the time of the Prophet ﷺ, so that you would just say definitely that guy's out of it, this guy's out of it. He didn't want us to do that. He talked about it and Allah talked about it. We are the ummatun wasatun. Wasta is to be in the middle. We stay in the middle. We don't go to the extremes. There's no such thing as radical Islam, because radical is out of Islam. Having said that, and I'm talking about the words only, not the people, the words. There are very good people who call themselves Sufis. They're very good. But the word Sufi itself was not something that came from Prophet Muhammad. So you can be a good person without being a Sufi. Okay? And you can get to Allah without following a tariqah. Now I have heard some of them say you can't. Well, now they're going to have to prove their point for me. We're going to give them the chance to be a scientist and bring you proof. The one who came up with this idea was actually a very good scholar, but he was a loner in that he had his own thing going. He didn't come from a particular following of anything. He just come up with a lot of stuff on his own. He was an expert in his studies in hadith. He was one of the best muhaddith in the last century. He died in September of 1999, and if you see a picture of him, you look at me, you look at him, you say he must come from the same family. Very much alike. His name was Sheikh Nasruddin al-Albani. He did some wonderful things. MashaAllah, we make dua for him. But this is a mistake, and I make more mistakes really than anybody. So it's not that, but the mistake was to say that we need to have a group to call ourselves by, to distinguish ourselves from the people of Ahl Bid'ah. Well, the Ahl Bid'ah means people of innovation. So we'll call ourselves on the same manhaj or methodology of the Salaf Salih. That's what he was saying. We are on the methodology of the righteous predecessors. That's what he's trying to say. But the people turned it into a group and used that to justify whatever they did. It's not acceptable. That is not acceptable, and he would never have endorsed it, because his own students have told me themselves they didn't endorse it. Ask them and they will say, no, 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 not what's going on. This is not what we meant. Not like this. Not going in and pointing at people, calling them kafir, and labeling all the leaders and things like that. That was never intended.